Okay, walking back towards this side of the building again. We've gone over to the other side where the ladder truck was. A lot of the flames are out on that side. As you can see right here through that vent again, try to zoom in, but like I said, my hands are cold and it does not want to cooperate with cold hands, but you can see some of the flames in there on that wooden structure inside. Where that is at, looks like part of the floor has come down, and there was that small area where the flames are jumping around right there was actually the bathrooms for this building. And you're looking at the lower floor of the shipping department was what this was whenever the hosier mill was here. Again, this is the banner reporting live from the scene on South Seminary and South Jefferson Street, where the last remaining building of the from the Princeton hosier mill has caught fire tonight and has suffered extensive structural damage. John Lundstrom, I did see your comment a few minutes ago that you said to me, yes, you're right, but I will tell you this, my friend, it is cold out here. So yeah, I might be breathing a little heavy, but it's because the air is really, really thin and I'm really, really fat. So like I said, I'm doing the best that I can, so just hang in there. Hope Cotton Martin. Yes, people did have some stuff inside the building. I don't know if it was just the Heaton family or if there were other folks who had stuff in this main structure of the building. No, this was not, Ken Prophet, this was not the actual hosier mill building. The hosier mill building was demolished a couple of years ago. This is the warehouse on between South Seminary and South Jefferson Streets in Princeton. As you can see now, as the smoke's kind of going away, you can see that, and you saw it earlier in some of the earlier videos, a lot of that upper floor has collapsed. It also collapsed on the other side, and it appeared that it collapsed to the inside. But you can see up at the top of the building right up here, these are cracks in the structure. You got that at both ends of the front of the building and on this side. This is the way that why the fire department has pulled the firefighters back to protect them, because they are afraid that might eventually collapse, and they are correct, it could, as we saw earlier on this section down here, that it did collapse in on itself. Again, this building is primarily wood inside this brick structure, and what we're looking at is a situation where that wood is over 100 years old. It is very dry, and it just, you know, whenever the flames hit it, it just burns it up really, really bad. Lindsay Thomas, if you would make sure you have your dad comment on our page tonight some of his memories of this building. And again, we see the firefighters here. They're discussing their next plan of attack on this. In amongst that bunch is the mayor of Princeton, Coda, and he's been out here the whole time too. Like I said, you know, it's a sad night for Princeton and a sad night for people who love the history of this very, very historic community. As you can see, the building is still burning, and likely we are looking at probably going to be flare-ups and things for the next few days. A lot of snow is falling tonight. The conditions are very, very slick outside. These guys are being as careful as they can not to slip and fall while trying to fight this. And we just thank the good Lord that we have a wonderful community and a wonderful group of guys who fight these fires and respond even in a situation like this. And remember, these guys are volunteers. This is not a full-time fire department. And we really appreciate the effort and the work that they do. Let's see. We have an ambulance coming around to this side of the building that was over on the other side. We have had ambulances here all night in case someone would have gotten hurt. They would have been here on the scene. So, like I said, we're still looking at the South Jefferson side of this building. There is still a lot of flames inside the building, and it has been confined to the front part, the back warehouse. As you can see, and I'm trying to walk over here through the snow. It looks like we got several inches here tonight, and the snow's still falling pretty good. The back part of the warehouse back here, there has been no damage to. Joey McCaslin did mention earlier that at one point there had been a fire in that back part of the warehouse, but that was several years ago. Here where the firefighters are standing, you can see some of the original color of the brick here on the building. The upper part of this was all painted back. I was real little, so it would have been in the early 70s that they done that. But as I say, you can see some flames here in these old storage buildings where where they have collapsed when the bricks came down on them earlier. Again, I remind everyone to please do not use the alley for the next few days. And the alley that I'm talking about is right here ahead of me. This is a bypass that a lot of people use for getting around the railroad tracks when a train's coming. You can kind of see a little bit that the front of the building is leaning. You will not want to come down through there in case that were to collapse. Like I said, we've got firefighters here working diligently to try to contain all of this. A lot of the flames have been put out. We don't have any of the high burning flames and the dark black smoke, but that wood inside is still burning, and probably will continue to burn through the night. Ashley, I would say that they will actually block this road off for a while. You will not be able to get into the storage buildings unless you have a storage building that is on this side of the building. Your belongings have not been damaged. All the other buildings, all the other structures, they have not had any damage to them. It's just the ones that are attached to the main building itself. Let's see. Actually, Ken Prophet, they did turn that hose on. They were working with it earlier. They were using it to spray into the storage buildings that I've got on camera right here in front now. If I remember right, there were 6 units of storage right along here. Those are the only ones that will have received any damage from the fire. And as you can see, it looks like 4 or 5 of those are probably a total loss. I don't know about the one that's here on the end, but that's the report as it is right now. Renee, I'm not sure how you would go about that. I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it, but I don't know exactly where you would take that to. We'll take a short break here for a moment, and I'll be back to you after just a little bit. This is Tom Ward for the Banner.